The woods had always held a special allure for my family, especially my younger sister, Sarah. We decided to embark on a camping trip that would become etched into our memories for all the wrong reasons. I was tasked with babysitting Sarah, but what unfolded during those fateful days was more terrifying than I could ever have imagined. It was my sister's idea to go camping. The allure of the great outdoors, the campfires, and stargazing had always fascinated her. My parents had an upcoming anniversary, and they decided it was the perfect time for a romantic getaway. It fell upon me to ensure Sarah had a memorable experience while they were away. As we arrived at the campsite, the beauty of nature enveloped us. We started by setting up the tents, with Sarah's enthusiasm bubbling over. I couldn't help but share in her excitement, despite a sense of foreboding that lingered. The first day was nothing short of perfect. We explored the woods, fished by a serene lake, and collected firewood for a campfire later that night. Sarah was in her element, her laughter echoing through the forest. As the sun dipped below the horizon, we gathered around the campfire. I decided to share a campfire story, one that I had read on a website dedicated to urban legends and creepy tales. Little did I know that it would set the stage for the horrors to come. After the story, a thick fog rolled in, shrouding our campsite in an unsettling mist. The atmosphere grew heavy, and I noticed a change in Sarah's demeanor. Her excitement had given way to unease, her eyes darting nervously. That night, I awoke to the sound of Sarah's voice, low and rhythmic, coming from outside our tent. I unzipped the flap and peered out to find her standing near the fog-covered lake, chanting in a language I couldn't comprehend. Approaching her, I noticed eerie symbols etched into the ground, softly glowing in the mist. The lake seemed to come alive, ripples forming in the shape of twisted faces. An overwhelming sense of dread washed over me. As I tried to pull Sarah away from the lake, an otherworldly voice emanated from the water, speaking in a malevolent tone. I couldn't understand the language, but the intent was unmistakable. It sought to harm us. Panicking, I grabbed Sarah and fled from the cursed lake. We ran through the fog, but it seemed to conspire against us, distorting our surroundings and disorienting us. The woods had turned into a labyrinth of horrors. Exhausted and terrified, we stumbled upon another campsite where a group of campers offered help. They had witnessed the eerie symbols and experienced their own encounters with the malevolent presence. We were eventually reunited with our parents, who had cut short their anniversary trip upon hearing our ordeal. Sarah clung to them, her eyes still filled with the terror of that night. As we left the cursed campsite, I couldn't help but feel that the story I had shared had somehow become our reality. The woods had revealed a nightmarish side, and my sister's encounter with the malevolent force would haunt us for the rest of our lives.